The chainsaw is your initial tool. That's what you're doing, all the cutting, rough cutting of the blocks of ice, removing all the big chunks. We're carving 7 life-size cars out of ice and displaying them in Detroit to celebrate the Motor City and the auto show. We're currently working on the Chrysler 300G. The 420 blocks of ice are going to be split up in between 7 cars. We have machines that make 2 blocks of ice about every 3 days. They're about 4 foot by 2 foot and about 10 inches thick. There's pumps that circulate the water as the blocks of ice are being made, and it freezes from the bottom up. So the pumps continuously circulate water and pushing all the impurities to the top of the block. We cut what little bit of impurities are trapped into the top of the block off, and then it's a crystal clear block of ice. We're going to put a paper template on it, and we're going to do an outline and carve away. When you're doing a larger project like this, you want to be able to design it in a CAD program and then take those exact measurements and program them into a CNC router. And then that router goes in and draws that image on the blocks of ice. One side of the car is 26 blocks just for the one profile of the car. The next step is to take them in the freezer and to assemble those blocks of ice together. Then we're going to use snow and water to fuse the blocks of ice together and become just as durable as one block of ice would be on its own. And then we build on top of that, almost like bricklayers do on a house. It takes a lot of freezer space, obviously, to build a car inside of a freezer. I went to school to be a chef, learned how to do ice carvings for buffets and parties and stuff like that. I basically decided that I didn't want to work in a kitchen anymore and that I really wanted to carve ice for a living. The ice kept drawing me in. We always joke around and we always say that the ice is in your veins, you know, and you just can't get rid of it. We're currently working on the 1961 Chrysler 300G, which obviously is a big car. We're building it across 4 pallets that are 4 foot by 6 foot. To get the sculptures to Detroit, we're cutting those back in pieces, basically based on the pallets, and then moving that entire pallet with it all the way to Detroit. When we get semi-trailers there, we'll pull the pallets off. So we'll be setting those on a level surface and then just basically gently pushing the cars back together and freezing the blocks of ice back together and fusing those huge chunks back together. We will be doing quite a bit of finishing work on site. So we'll have our whole team doing a final sand, and then we'll do all the detail work at that time, adding little stuff like door handles and emblems for the front and back of the front grille of the car. People will be really impressed, I think, when they see that.